Hi, my name is Valeria Cantillo and I'm working on the final project for class QMB 3200. So we have three questions and I selected the last question where we were asked to develop a linear regression model for predicting the salary of the sales representative of the software industry. So just by reading the question, I can identify my y, my dependent variable, which will be salary, because is the variable that I would like to predict. This set of data contains several independent variables such as age, gender, years in the industry, college degree, personality, certificates, feedback, and NPS. And the question also requires to predict the salary only of the sales representative for the software industry. So if we look at the data, we can see that we have information of the hardware and software industry. So our first step will be to filter. So for that, we click on the first row of the Excel, go to data, and then filter. So once we filter, we include only the information that we would like to show. So in this case, will be only software. So now that my data is filtered, I can work in the regression analysis. I have already copy and paste um, some of the variables that I would like to include to predict my salary. So, um, like a really important part of this process of the regression analysis is that we can only use numerical information. So if you see here, for example, in college, um, it's categorical information. It says yes or no. So what we have to do is that it's called dummy variable. So what we have to do is that change that information to numerical values. So in this case, um, if it has college degree, it will be zero, and if it doesn't, it will be one. So I already changed it here. The gender is also a dummy variable. So where one, it will be female, and zero will be male. Now that I have all the information in numerical values, I can go ahead and develop my regression analysis. So I do that by going to data, data analysis, and then we select regression. So it asks us for our y. So our y is salary, what we want to predict, and then our x. So all our x need to be together, and you need to select all your x. And then it's really important to select label because by this way, Excel will identify that the first row I selected that is non-numerical value, it's my label. I will keep the confidence level at 95. So my alpha, significance level alpha will be 5. And then let's set up an output rate range. Hi, let's put it here. Okay, so I already have my regression analysis. So we have our coefficients. So my intercept, what my intercept shows is the predicted value when all my other independent variables are zero. So this will be like the lowest salary amount that it can go to if all of this is zero. And the coefficient for certificate is positive. So that means that the more certificates a sales representative have, the salary will increase by $6,341. The college degree, if he doesn't have a college degree, the salary will go down by $11,491. The gender, if he's a female, it go down by um, if it's a male, sorry, will go down by 6,792. And the age, the older the sales representative is, the salary will increase by $645. So I add some questions here that now we are going to develop. The first one is to enter the regression equation. So what will be our regression equation? We start by what we want to predict, and in this case will be the salary. And the first coefficient, the intercept, 34,553, plus all the coefficients multiplied by um, the variable. So in this case, 6,341 times certificate, how many certificates the sales representative has. Um, I'm gonna put a minus because this number is negative. So minus 1,141 times college degree, minus 6,792 times gender, and finally 645 times age. That this one will be our regression equation. The second question, what is the value of the intercept of the regression equation? So our intercept will be the first one, the first coefficient. That will be the predicted value when all the other values are zero. Um, what is the correlation between the college degree and salary? So this is a very interesting question because of when it's a linear regression, we can use the multiple R. However, as this is a um, I'm, I'm sorry, when it's a simple linear regression, we can use a multiple R. However, because of this is a multiple linear regression, and we are specifically trying to find the correlation between college degree and salary, we will have to use the Excel formula, Corel, and then we need to use our Y first. So we will use salary first, and then our X, that will be college degree. So we have a negative correlation response between college degree and salary. The other question, what is the correlation between gender and salary? So let's find the correlation equation. The process is the same. We use the Excel formula Corel, and then we use our Y, and then our X. What is the proportion of variability in salary explained by the regression model? So the proportion of variability is explained by um, square R square. So what R square means is what is the relationship? What it explain the difference in salary, um, the difference in salary um, for all the different variables. So what it means is like 36% of difference in salary for every um, self-representative, is determined by these variables that we're using. The certificates they have, college degree, gender, and age. What is the FX statistics? So the FX statistics is given by our regression model. It's here. And finally, what is the predicted salary for a self-representative that have two certificates, no college degree, is a female, and has 30 years old? So to respond this question, we will use our equation. So we will start by the intercept plus the certificates times how many certificates this person has? Two certificates plus the college. How many does he have? Does he have? So no college degree, no college. It will be one. So let's put one plus gender. So is a female. So female is one. And finally the age. How old is this person? 30. So as I explained, we have that as self-representative of the software industry that have two certificates with no college degree is a female with 30 years old. We have an annual salary of $48,304. Okay, so finally, to conclude our final project, let's see. Let's find the conclusions. So if p value is less than alpha, that means that these variables are a significant predictor